This is The Efficiency Point, a podcast from Modern Pumping Today magazine. I'm MPT editor Jay Campbell, along with our producer Seth Saunders. You can find us online at mptmag.com, and please rate, review, and subscribe to the show on any of your favorite podcast apps. On today's episode, we speak with Lisa Riles and Adam Stolberg of the Submersible Wastewater Pump Association and its ongoing role in educating the current and next generation of pump professionals. We also check on the continuing effects of the coronavirus pandemic on the pump industry and look ahead to MPT's annual products and services guide. So let's jump right into some headlines. At the time of this recording, there have been over 1.4 million diagnosed cases of coronavirus, with over 400,000 of those being in the United States. Shelter-in-place orders have been enacted throughout most of the country, advising all but essential workers to remain at home. Here at MPT, we've set up a special section of our website to track COVID-19 news and how the virus is affecting the pump industry. Click the special tab on the mptmag.com site to see updates from different manufacturers, industry organizations, and professional groups on how they're adapting to the ongoing pandemic. We'll also include a direct link in this episode's show notes. That link in full is modernpumpingtoday.com/COVID-19-news. It's updated pretty much every day, multiple times through the day. As we get information in from different people, we pass it along to you as best we can. As more and more people are working from home, the Water Environment Federation announces a brand new resource for water quality professionals, Access Water, found at the web address accesswater.org. In a statement announcing the site's launch, WEF notes as 21st century water quality professionals are working anywhere and everywhere on all kinds of devices, and to do that effectively, they must be able to instantly access and share technical content no matter where they are. As a content repository accessible from any web-enabled device, Access Water organizes information and technical content critical to the water sector in one single central location. Access Water provides on-demand access to a constantly growing library, starting with almost 20,000 pieces of content. Water professionals can easily search, cite, write, share, discuss, and learn all in one location. That web address one more time, accesswater.org. In other industry news, private equity firm Warburg Pincus has completed the acquisition of Sundyne. The acquisition was initially announced in January of this year. Financial terms of the transaction were not disclosed. CEO Mark Sefik of Sundyne is optimistic about the acquisition, stating in a press release that Warburg Pincus's and Sundyne's interests align perfectly. Warburg Pincus has launched a 90-day transition period to formally identify areas of opportunity for developing and funding strategic initiatives with the goal of broadening Sundyne's product offerings and enhancing customer services globally. Hey, Seth. Do you want to weigh in on Warburg Pincus and on a scale of 1 to 10, how much of a Star Wars character that sounds like?
I think that's around the 7 range based on my, Star Wars character knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that is pretty high. If Warburg Pincus showed up in episode 32 or on a new Disney Plus show, I would not be surprised one bit. That's on the high end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Now, John Smith would probably be down at the low end. That's a 0.
Yeah, absolutely.
What would be probably Sheev Palpatine is probably a perfect 10 on the Star Wars names spectrum.
Well, sure. I mean, you use an iconic name right there, so that gives it a little boost.
Yeah. We always like to share good news in the pump industry, especially about good people. And some of the folks we know right across the state line in Georgia is Automation Direct. And I was happy to see a news item come across my desk about them. Distributor Automation Direct was recently honored with the 2020 Atlanta Supply Chain World Class Culture Award, which rewards companies possessing an empowering culture internally for team members, a leadership approach that engages the entire organization in forward thinking, and a commitment to engaging and giving back to the community. What makes this award especially notable is that companies are nominated by their clients and business partners. Automation Direct was nominated for the award by Fred Tolbert of Demand Solutions, a supply chain solution provider for Automation Direct, who noted that he's seen the company's culture in action throughout 20 years of partnership that he's done business with them. Automation Direct Team Captain Tim Carroll accepted the award, stating, "This award is an amazing validation to all of our team members for their efforts." So, congratulations to them. There's some good news in these current conditions. This episode of The Efficiency Point is brought to you by JWC Environmental, a Sulzer company. JWC Environmental is a global leader in solids reduction, separation, and removal systems for customers in a broad range of municipal and industrial applications. Register today for their free webinar on April 30th, No TP, Now What? At modernpumpingtoday.com/webinar/JWC. Now in its fourth decade of service, the Submersible Wastewater Pump Association, or SWPA, is the industry's leader in providing accurate, up-to-date technical information about submersible wastewater pumps and component parts and accessories in lift stations using solid handling pump systems. We're pleased to be joined today by the organization's Executive Director, Adam Stolberg, and current SWPA President, Lisa Riles, who is also Global Director of Residential and CBS Americas with Xylem. Thank you both for joining us.
Well, thanks for having us.
Well, just to get our listeners familiar with the organization, can you tell me a bit of a brief history of SWPA and its mission in the industry?
Sure, I'd be happy to, Jay. SWPA was founded in 1976 as submersible pumps were already popular in Europe, and in the 60s they had started getting popular in the U.S., and there were four people sitting around a table having a cocktail deciding that the U.S. needed an organization that championed submersible wastewater pumps. And it was started in 1976, and 40 years later, two of those gentlemen are still very active within the organization. And today, SWPA's mission is to enhance the global wastewater environment by informing, educating, and providing leadership in design, procurement, and operation of submersible wastewater pumping systems.
And about how many companies are members of SWPA, and what are their different makeups?
Sure. SWPA has over 40 member companies comprised of pump manufacturer members, component manufacturer members, and our associate members. So these members are leaders in their fields. The regular members are manufacturers of submersible wastewater pump for municipal and industrial applications, and our component manufacturer members manufacture component parts and accessory products for submersible pumps and pumping systems. Our associate members are consulting engineers, wastewater treatment facility operators, distributors, and people like that.
And Lisa, you're the president of SWPA today, but you were also a SWPA member for a long time. How would you say, why do SWPA members come to your organization, and what does SWPA look to provide them?
Yeah, I think the number one focus is education. And what SWPA does is it allows manufacturers to come together and educate the industry. So wastewater pumping is key. It's always been a critical area. I would say education is as important today as it was when SWPA initially started decades ago. One example of how current things are with the pandemic that's going on now, things like shortage of toilet paper, people are flushing anything and everything down their toilets. It is causing issues with non-flushable wipes and other materials. So SWPA gives us the opportunity to educate the industry and really address some of the issues that are going on. So we're trying to teach the latest technology and teach the best practices for the industry.
And with so many members in SWPA, there are a lot of business partners, but also competitors. How do you find that balance to get everybody working together?
Well, I think, and Adam, you can maybe add in as well, but what the purpose of the organization and sharing market trends, industry trend, things that are going on, SWPA brings in speakers like Vanessa Levy from WEMA or Tom Decker, and it allows us to kind of forget about our individual companies and look more as the whole, the industry, and how we can promote and educate the industry as a whole.
Yeah, Lisa, if I could just add one thing to that, I'm always, I don't want to use the word amazed, but I'm always excited that when we have our meetings or our training seminars, we'll have a particular pump member company presenting a topic on cavitation, for example. And every company has different types of pumps, different types of impellers, different intellectual and technical properties that they find make their products unique or potentially more valuable to the end user. But when SWPA's together as an organization, I've said this for years, and my father before me, it's quite amazing how egos and sales goals get left at the door, and a room full of competitors gladly work together to educate the industry, as Lisa said, on best practices, on latest trends, on technology, on governmental regulations. And by doing so, the industry benefits as a whole, and every manufacturer member will get their piece of that. But when we're together as an organization, it is not about the individual member companies. It's about the industry and how we can make the industry better, not only for the people today, but part of our educational process is making it an exciting and enticing field for people to enter into in the years to come.
So what does SWPA have planned for the rest of 2020 and looking ahead to the coming year?
Well, we, through our training resource center on SWPA's website at SWPA.org, we're going to continue to add topics one a quarter on what we feel are beneficial topics, including HI test standards, safeties, valves, in addition to probably the 10 or 11 that we already have out there. We're going to continue to expand to include smart wastewater solutions, storm waters, grinder pumps, chopper pumps, and really continue to expand our online presence for trainings and CEU opportunities. In addition, we're working on potentially setting up a live training event at a 200 level, where it would focus on industry professionals who have maybe been through SWPA's 100 level basic training, or who have spent decades in the industry and are looking for a little extra training. Again, as Lisa said, focusing on hands-on and interactive. And we're also working in some early stages with some local regional shows to work on if SWPA can potentially be the educational arm of some of those shows and exhibitions. So we've got a lot going on in 2020. The highlight of our program also is we've got, as long as the pandemic clears the way in the next several months, we do a summer meeting and plant tour where a member company opens up one of their facilities, and we invite all of our member companies to come and tour their facilities, their assembly lines, their plants, and it's really an interesting days worth of tours and camaraderie as the members all get together over the summer.
Well, all that sounds great. What's that contact information again for people that want to find out more online?
Sure. The SWPA website is SWPA.org, or if they want to talk to me personally and have questions about how SWPA can help their organization or what we provide, the number at SWPA headquarters is area code 847-681-1868.
Well, Lisa Riles, Adam Stolberg, thank you so much for taking time to speak with us.
Thank you very much, Jay. Much appreciated.
If it's April, then that means MPT's annual Products and Services Guide is here, wherein we collect a range of offerings from the worldwide pumping industry and present them to you, our readers. In this special issue, OEMs, part suppliers, distributors, and point of service operators come together to showcase their best and brightest. This year's Products and Services Guide is doubly special because it only came together thanks to the dedication of the entire MPT team, many of whom work from home, and all of whom found creative solutions to the unique circumstances the pandemic has imposed. I'd like to take a moment to thank all of them for their hard work and commitment to keeping them and those around them safe. If you're not a current subscriber, please go to mptmag.com and click the subscribe tab. Your 12-month subscription will feature the annual Products and Services Guide as your first installment. This has been The Efficiency Point, a podcast from MPT Magazine. Follow us on Twitter at ModPumpMag for updates on our next episode. Today's episode was produced by Seth Saunders, and I'm your host, Jay Campbell. Stay safe, and thank you for listening.